Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. And it is time for a Christmas Wayback Wednesday. We're going to take you way back to when duct tape was hot, 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 hotter than slime, and we're going to make a duct tape Christmas tree. So I hope you enjoy this Wayback Wednesday. Hi, I'm Sophie from Sophie's World. You know, I get a lot of requests for really cute, inexpensive, easy decorations for Christmas. And you know what I've come up with this time? An adorable little Christmas tree. And it's made out of duct tape. So I'm going to teach you how to make your very own Christmas tree right now. So for this project, I'm going to be using a small drinking cone. You can find these usually at office supply stores. I'm going to be using 3 kinds of tape. Really, you can get away with just 2 types of tape, but in this case, I'm going to use 3. One is going to become the hanger. I'm going to be using this green tape here with ladybugs, which I got from tapebrothers.com. And I'm going to be using a plain green and also red. I've got some stick-on jewels. These are fun for embellishment, but you don't have to have these. And I'm going to be using a work surface, scissors, and of course a ruler. The first thing you're going to want to do is you are going to want to measure out 4 strips of green tape. And in this case, they are 14 inches long. So 4 strips of green tape, 14 inches long. I'm also going to measure out 4 strips of ladybug tape here at 14 inches long. I'm going to need a small section of my red tape. And in this case, what I've done is I've made it about 3.5 inches long, and I've ripped it so that it's about 1 inch wide. I've also taken some of my green tape and I've made that 3.5 inches long, and I've ripped those into very, very, very thin 1/2 inch strips. I've got 2 of those. That's all you're going to need. Now, for our tree, to cover our tree, what I'm going to do is take my first piece of tape, and you're going to end up doing this for all of your strips. What I'm going to do is take my first strip, pick it up, and flip it up so that it's sticky side up. Then I'm going to take my second strip and I'm going to lay it on top, leaving a pinky's width of stickiness. So I'm going to, what I like to do is use my pinkies, hold it up between my fingers until I get it lined up, then I lay it down right on top. I've got a line of stickiness right here, and that's very important because when I flip it over, it looks the same on both sides. Line of sticky here and a line of sticky here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over all the way to the edge. Now I'm not going to overlap, but I'm going to go pretty close to that edge, leaving a very, very tiny, tiny little bit from the edge. And what I'm basically doing is making a tube. Now if you've seen my carnation video, this is exactly the same as making the carnation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up here and snip off the ends. Snip here and snip here. I will do this for all 8 pieces. So 2 pieces of tape each are going to make my tube strip. Now what I'm going to do is make my fronds for my tree. And what I do to do this is I'm going to cut this into very small 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 little fringes, just like that. So you can see there's sticky here and 4 little fringes there. Now, it may be easier for you to flip it over and cut just to the fringe. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to go all the way from this end to this end, cutting little fringy pieces. I'm going to do that for all 4 strips. I've pre-done this just because this takes some time. Usually when I'm making one of these trees, you can figure that it's going to take about, half an hour to make all your fringy bits. Once I'm all done though, the fun can begin. Basically what I'm going to do is take my first fringy and I'm going to leave it so that it hangs down about a pinky. I always love that pinky nail as my measurement. I'm going to leave it hang down off the cup about a pinky measurement. And all I'm going to do is start working my way around my tree. And what's really fun here is that I'm starting to fill my tree. And what we call this a pinch and push, because what I'm doing is I'm putting my fingers inside the cup and I kind of pinch and push as I go along. And I'm just working my way around the cup, all the way around. So now, there's my cup with its first layer. As you can see, it kind of looks like a hula girl. If you wanted to make a hula dancer from here, you probably could, just add a little head. Now I'm going to take my second color, and in this case, I've got my little ladybugs. The reason I chose the little ladybugs is because when they're all done, they kind of look like ornaments. Again, that little pinky, you can see their little pinky there, right above. And I'm using that pinky as the measurement for where I lay this down. Once I reach the end here, I'm going to start my next layer. This one I'm going to go back to the green. And again, using that pinky as my measurement, pinch and push. And I like to make sure that I'm overlapping. As you can see here, I'm not going right to the edge. I'm actually overlapping. And I'm also, at certain points, giving it a little bit of a slope. What I'm trying to do here is create a nice, full, tree-like effect. The great thing about this is there's really no way to do it wrong. Because I'm going to make this into an ornament, I'm going to add a little hanger. So to do that, I'm going to take that piece of red. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make a little fold-over strip. So I take my red and I flip it over so the sticky side is up, and I fold it 1/3 onto itself and then 1/3 back onto itself to make a little strap. Now I take my strap, and this is where I'm going to be using these little strips of green. And I'm going to lay this half on, half off, so there's a little sticky underneath there. And all I do now is wrap this green around the top there, fold this edge over, and wrap it around. And that's going to secure this into place. I'm just going to use all that extra to wrap it around. Now that's it. I don't have to do anything else. Hold on to this little strip because I'm going to come back here and I'm going to fill this out with the last bit of green. And I'm just going to keep going around, make this nice and full. And I'm almost done here. And now to seal it all off and make it look really, really neat, I'm going to add my last little layer of ladybug. And there you have a very nice full Christmas tree. Now, just to seal it and make sure that everything stays nice and together, I'm going to take that last little strip of green tape and just wrap it around the top. Now, here comes the fun part. If you've got those little embellishment jewels, bring them on out and start putting them on. I'm going to go to town here and start putting on the Ritz. And I'm just going to keep going all day long. And there you have it, your very own holiday duct tape Christmas tree. For more fabulous ideas for Christmas and other holidays, come and check us out at Sophie-World.com.